Says we're live. So we're live. Hey, this is Sean, Federal Prison Talk. Coming to you live. Facebook, YouTube. I'm waiting on Hadley. Hadley Jones. He's got 2 weeks left. He's got to turn himself into Leavenworth. Meantime, I got a surprise guest here. I did time with this guy, guys, in Florence Federal Prison Camp. I know I got a few guys watching that are actually going there. There's a few guys I talked to that are there right now. But this is Larry. He was in my band. Say hi, Larry.
What's going on?
Here's the mic. I think they can hear you. So let's see.
I'm sorry. I'm expecting a call, but whatever. I'm here.
You never got off the cell phone when you were in prison either, did you?
I never had a cell phone, man. And for you guys watching, you definitely don't want to be on one. I'll tell you that.
I got a guy named Frank. He's in Leavenworth camp. He was in Florence. And since they shut down the RDAP.
They shut down the RDAP?
Yeah, so they transferred everybody to different places. They moved him to the camp in Leavenworth. He's doing RDAP over there. Last week, he was on my show with the cell phone, leaving comments.
Wait. He was in the camp?
He was watching this show from the camp in Leavenworth on his cell phone, leaving me comments. Saying he's got 10 months left. He starts RDAP next month or first of the month.
No, with that kind of
that's not good, man.
No, with that risky behavior. I'll be honest with you.
TJ, what's going on?
If you are watching it, like you're gonna be tempted as all hell to get on one. I played around with it a couple times, and it's not worth the stress because when they tell you, oh, they found cell phones last night, you start sweating bullets at you freaking when you're on.
And they check the tower. Anything that's pinging, they check the numbers. Any trace to you.
It can start stressing you out.
Don't rent one. Don't borrow one. Yeah.
Crazy stuff out there, man.
And I don't know where Hadley is. He had me move the time to 7:30.
What's up, TJ?
But I got a way to call him on Facebook. Let me see.
What's TJ watching?
So TJ, he just got sentenced to house arrest.
Nice.
Or would you get probation, right? But he was on an airplane and he had a little disagreement with we'll call flight attendants. And so he was on PreTrial for a while. He's been watching my show. And let me put up the number. Anybody want to call in live? Put this up. TJ, you want to call in real quick? Number's on the screen. I got that working. Let me know if you want to call in, TJ. It's working tonight. I'm working out all the kinks.
How do you send the link to people?
Just go to Federal Prison Talk on YouTube, and it should be showing right now.
So I can send it to a couple people.
Yeah, search unless you already got me.
Oh, I have you under Do Not Answer.
Yeah, I bet you do, motherfucker. So, hey, guys, this is a good friend of mine, man. We worked together at the Supermax. Got a little some stories we can tell you about.
I tell people all the time that I worked at the ADX where the El Chapo was, and people don't.
They don't believe me. They don't believe me either, man.
Like, oh, you were there. I was like, okay.
Or I got people say, okay, you might have made the food for the Supermax, but you make the food, you make the trays at the camp. No, we get transported over there every day. Who drives us over to the? Who drove us every day from the camp to the Supermax?
Did you drive?
No, I didn't. No, they wanted me to. Who does the driving though?
Oh, like you were the driver.
Tell them who drives us.
People that are not in RDAP.
An inmate.
Yeah, other inmates.
Yeah,
the way it works at the federal prison camp where Sean and I were at, it's people. I mean, no, there was some teller people. There, you know what I mean? How would you call them?
They don't know what teller means. Teller and Summit are two different buildings.
Those are the names of the dorms that we were in. And we were in the Teller dorm, and Summit's the other dorm.
Summit's the scum. But, when I was there, Teller was the scum. I'm just kidding. Thank you, TJ, for the $5 super chat. Thank you very, very much, TJ.
I guess other, I would say, trustees. I mean, that's a state term.
Yeah, it's a state term, but people understand that more.
Trustees. I mean, they trust you. You drive around the compound. Remember, there was that one guy, Butch, that black guy?
Brooks, the hamburger.
Butch.
Oh, Butch.
Remember the big black guy? That was, he was driving the truck. And
that was the hamburger. No?
Yeah, the hamburger.
The hamburger.
And they caught him driving around the fence and all.
That hamburger. The way he got his nickname called the hamburger, guys. So, the most secure prison in the whole wide world is the Supermax, right? How much shit gets stolen out of that secure prison every day?
A lot. I mean, it's kind of amazing because we'd go in and out and they wouldn't find onions, meat, cheese.
So
cilantro.
the hamburger, the guy hadn't even been there a week. He gets a case of frozen meat patties, the hamburger patties, right? He shoves them all down his pants, and they check you. Well, they don't check everybody. I don't know if they got a deal going with some of the guys, but he's only been there a week, so they're checking him, and hamburgers are falling out of his pants. He got caught red-handed, so we nicknamed him the Hamburglar.
Yeah,
and they still let him drive.
They did. They would let him drive. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, they gave him a drive driving after that. Yeah. So we don't trust you to go to Supermax, but here's the keys to a van. Take it anytime you need it. Crazy. Life in the camp, guys. I'm telling you. I don't know what's going on with Hadley. He said he's going to be here at 7:30, but that's okay because I got a guest. So got a couple people in the room. And what is that?
Sorry.
So you're trying to send, who are you trying to send a link to?
I'm sending links to people in other prison camps so we can what do you call it? Talk live.
All right.
So what are we talking about, Sean? What do people want to know about?
There's the live button. Anybody wants to call in live, but maybe we could tell some stories about what life's like in a prison camp. Here he comes. Here comes my guest, but you're actually my guest too. Anybody wants to call in live, but maybe we could tell some stories. There he is. So you got to echo.
I was having hell logging in.
I think you got a YouTube channel going on your phone or something else. So you got to turn off the YouTube channel and just use this one. I think you got a YouTube channel going on. Because I hear me. You got that one on? Channel and just use this one. Yeah, Hadley, you got to turn off the YouTube channel you got going. Because it echoes. Yeah. Yeah. This is your YouTube channel for now. So what's going on, Hadley?
It was weird.
This is my buddy Larry. We did time together. He just stopped by my house. But you're getting ready to turn yourself into Leavenworth prison, right?
Yes, that's true. That's true on the 28th.
You can ask him.
Hey, Hadley, where are you from?
I'm from the Texas Panhandle, man. Up around Amarillo. You know where Amarillo's at?
Yeah, I do.
I'll be there by morning.
That was a good one.
Is that Texas restaurant the big Texan worth going and eating at?
Yep, that's it. That's here. It's not worth eating at, if you ask my opinion, but
no, it's a tourist trap.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Do they have one out here?
No. So you're headed in?
Yeah, I'm going in on the 28th.
That's a Monday, right?
That is. It's the Monday
how
after.
How long are you going for?
I got 27 months.
Oh, you'll be fine. Is that what's the estimated time out of that, Sean?
Well, you've probably done the math 45 times just today, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What'd you come up with?
If I get RDAP, then I should be home in 16 months.
Because RDAP's only going to give you 6 months off. Because
you'll be fine. You'll be one of those
but
guys.
You'll get 6 months halfway house.
You know what? I'll be honest with you, Hadley. You'll be one of those guys I hated in prison.
Short timers.
You see them walk in and be like, "Hey, dude, where you from?" And then they go right into the RDAP class as I waited and waited.
I know. I waited
I waited almost like 15 months, and then there was people like you that go up and then
they let you right in.
They go right into the class. I'm like, how did this guy do it? Because of your case and the algorithm of everything that you've done, they got you at 27. They gave me 46, and I had to do 19 months. But I was a very special case because of God and Trump and the First Step Act and COVID. I looked out. I should have been there at least 38 months, but I got lucky because of the timing of me going into prison. So 16 to 18 months, you'll be all right. You might have to miss 1 or 2 classes before he starts.
No, I mean RDAP's actually starting the 1st of December, from what I understand, but not everywhere. Have you called Leavenworth to find out when their RDAP starts?
I'm gonna call them either tomorrow or Monday because I want to kind of know like if they're gonna let what I obviously I know they're not gonna let me walk through the gates with a whole bunch of shit, but if I can take like a Bible, all my contacts.
You can take one religious medallion, wedding band, and you can take up to $50 or $100 in cash, which you'll turn in and surrender at the gate, and they'll put it on your books, and that's it.
What about the cash thing? So I know guys that brought in $500.
I mean, it was different. At Florence, Colorado, I walked up with a medallion, my wedding ring, and $100 in cash. And at the end of the day, I kept the wedding ring, the medallion, and the $100 went onto my books. And that was it. And trust me, Hadley, you'll get a Bible in there. Brian Elrod, you remember Elrod?
Elrod, yeah. Because I used to
He
call
got
him
me a
Elroy.
personalized Bible in there. And you're going to get there, and there's going to be all these different angles. There's going to be the whites, the blacks, the Paisas, and then there's going to be the churchgoers, and then there's going to be the RDAP people. You're going to have to pick one of these crowds to kind of hang out with. And I chose to hang out with the Bible guys, and, you know, it was the best thing. It turned me around for the best.
But you can sit at the table with black guys if you want, right?
Yeah. It depends. He's going to Leavenworth. Where's he going?
He's going to Leavenworth, but he's going to the camp.
Yeah, I don't know. There's still going to be some sort of
It's a little bit.
territorial.
Yeah, there's a little bit. But I got with the Samoan guys one night because I knew a guy from San Francisco, and
My first day was hard because I sat at the Texas table.
oh, that's different. They do separate by states.
And what do you call it? It was a very awkward dinner because I was new and I'm like, is it cool sitting here? And they have all these guys just staring at you like, what are you doing here? And I'm like, I'm just eating dinner. It was like, and at the end of the day, I looked at where I sat on the first day, and then I looked at where I sat on my last day, and I was like, yeah, how stupid and naive was I? You'll learn. Like I said, it's like, I can't believe I sat over there.
Yeah, I sat in the Texas TV room by mistake too. My first day.
Yeah, I did that
and
too.
they said, "Come here, man. You're
And
new
you know
here,
what?
huh?"
And I remember this. The tap. You're in my spot. I'm like,
Oh yeah. They got chairs that they own. Now they've
And
been there.
Top, it's just best. More fights statistically, because I read a lot of books on going to prison. More fights break out in the TV room.
Yeah.
So just respect the TV room. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah.
I didn't
What's
think
that?
there was a whole lot of politics like in the camp.
Not really. And not if you're not
They're
going to get,
there, but
they're
not
there,
as extreme.
but they're not going to kill you over it, man. You know.
Bro.
There's let's put it this way, Hadley. There's informal politics, and if you're a quick study and you could catch on and be like, okay, I can't do this. Listen to some of the advice that Sean and I are sharing with you. You'll pick up, because if it's anything like this way it was set up in Colorado, you're gonna have the 3 or 4 different TV rooms, and you just go with the one that you kind of fit in best with. You know what I mean?
Right. I'm a big sports guy, so you know.
Yeah, well, that's a big sports are big there. Sports are big there.
That's a big thing in prison. When you go Monday?
Yeah, on the 28th.
But at least you get to be with your family for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that was kind of the big push too. My son's birthday is in a couple of days, so I reckon.
What my advice to you is just enjoy everything you got going on between now and the last day you're gone, dude, because it's going to change even while you're there, and when you come back, it's going to be a little different. But at the end of the day, you'll survive. If I could survive it, trust me, you'll be fine.
Right.
Sean went through a lot longer of a drive than I did. My journey started in May of 17 with the FBI raid, and it ended. I'm 13 months to the door before I come off of paper. I haven't had a UA. I haven't had a home visit since July. You know what I mean? I'm pretty much. I'm looking back at the door now, and be like, fudge! I can't believe I did it. You'll be there though.
Tomorrow will actually be a year since all this started for me.
Can I ask you what are you doing? What got you here?
Conspiracy to commit wire fraud.
Yeah, that's a big one. That word conspiracy, huh, Sean?
Yeah, that's pretty much half the people there, right?
I've learned that.
Oh,
They
that's
like
the
to throw
people
that.
point at you say conspiracy. They're like,
I don't know if that
yeah.
helps.
They like to throw that on a lot of stuff, don't they?
Yeah, conspiracy and wire fraud.
It's a blanket. It's, you know what I mean? It's something that they can throw at you, and guess what? As long as you got the pockets to disprove it, they're still gonna win, because I had no idea. I was a white collar, first time non-offender, non-violent. I worked for the government. I took some payments I shouldn't have taken, and at the end of the day, I got charged with 3 counts of the Hobbs Act, which is fancy word for extortion. And next thing I know, the judge is throwing 46 at me like it was nothing.
Bubble gum.
And I was like, what do you mean? I've never even had a parking ticket. And she's like, well, you are a public official. You need to be held to a higher standard and surrender yourself in 60 days. And I was like,
yeah,
what?
that's me, man. I've never been in trouble. You know, this is the first time I've ever been in trouble. I mean, I got a couple of drinking tickets as a minor, but I grew up in a small town around here. So I wasn't even, trouble.
Feds don't care if you've never been in trouble. It makes it worse if you have been, but they don't care.
Yeah,
you know what? I wanted to fight a case, and my lawyer told me, Hadley, Larry, this is what's going to happen. You can fight it, but then do you remember the United States versus Japan, the United States versus Germany? It's the United States versus Larry Mendoza. And I was like, oh, crap. She's like, you can either sign the plea at 46 months or you're looking at 20 years. I was like, where do I sign? I was like, where do I sign?
Yeah, that's kind of the way mine went. Was like at first I was kind of ready to fight it all, and my lawyer was like, well, that's kind of dumb, and explained to me a little bit why I should just sign the plea. So they don't set it up for you to win, though. It's all about prosecution numbers and the justice system.
Your case was discussed over lunch between your lawyer and the district attorney. We'll give this guy off, but this guy's got to do time. That's how they do it.
Yeah, somebody lost a round of golf, and that's why you got your time, man.
Right. And the bad part was
they treat people's life sentences over a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Calville will give him 52 months. We'll give Mendoza 46, but Hadley's got to do at least 26. And they're like, okay. And then they sign off and they go do their lunch thing. And that's how they work.
I had one co-defendant, and he actually ended up getting more. He got more time than I did. Of course, there wasn't no snitching or nothing. We kind of both just owned up to.
Did you both have the same sentencing judge?
We did. We got sentenced in court at the same time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And just for the record, there's no snitch. There's no documentation of that in there, is there?
No. We didn't snitch. Nobody snitched.
No, I'm just making sure though, because you know how people.
You can't. They don't care about paperwork in a camp, though.
I got asked about mine.
Well, you look at you.
See what I got to put up with. Literally. Well, you know what? They probably asked me about mine because I learned right off the get go though, because I was a government employee. Other inmates didn't like that too. That was another.
Yeah.
Thing. They're like, you know what I mean? Oh, you work for the government, but at the end of the day, like I was like, I remember working lockdown at the USP. And there was a guy who'd be like, you know what, bro, you work for the government? I was like, well, I collected taxes for the government. What are you saying? It's like, if I was you, I wouldn't go around kind of saying that. But he asked me. So
but he was a guy that worked his way down, probably.
Yeah, he was just kind of a butthead. But yeah, you're going to come across some buttheads in there, Hadley. But
I'm not checking his life.
Just kind of like when you say stuff like that, go defend it. Don't even mention the word snitch. Don't even say anything like that. Just by advice.
No,
just be like, I go defend it. We got sentenced the same, and that was it. Just leave it at that.
No, he actually got 36 months. I got 27.
I'm just telling you, just in prison, you're gonna learn less is more. The less you say, the more said.
Right. Yeah.
A little better. Hey, TJ is saying he got in a fight over the damn TV. The TV can get you in trouble if you're not careful. That's right, man. In the TV rooms, especially. I see more fights, like you said, break out in the TV room, but over the chairs. So, guys that have been there a while, we only had maybe 17 chairs in our TV rooms. And we own chair. There's a wait list to get on the chair. And I think there's a 2-year waiting list to get on the waiting list where I was at. But in the mornings, you could sit anywhere. Nobody's really there, but if Walking Dead or Animal Kingdom or one of these shows comes on and everybody's watching, you ain't going to get to watch it. You got to stare through the window. But they do have rec rooms with big TVs and for the sports and the news and stuff, and they have like 100 chairs in there. So
I was there 19 months, and I think the last 3 months I finally got the chair. It only took 16 months for me to be like, right.
Or you can buy a chair. You can buy a chair, about $100 maybe.
Yeah. mean, I can
What
share
are
some
the-
stories with you about the TV.
So I've tried to find information like on Leavenworth's camp at all online, and all you can find is pretty much how many people were there. But because everything you Google comes up the USP, you know, I think it's a little older facility. Even the camp, the
I've heard
camp
that
was
it's very old.
the camp was
I
built
got
in like
I got some pictures.
1960.
Yeah, I got some pictures to show you. Let me pull them up here.
Can we talk about our prison experiences in the TV room?
Yeah.
You want to hear something crazy, Hadley?
Yeah, what's that?
So what they call them, the RDAP geeks.
RDAPers or
The
something.
RDAPers, the geeks and freaks is what they call them.
Yeah.
And but at the end of the day, the some of my close friends out there doing the. Do you remember that?
Open there.
You're cutting out a little bit.
You still there?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to share the screen for all of us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you remember the last season of Game of Thrones, Hadley?
I never did really watch Game of Thrones.
I'm gonna remove that then.
I'm still here, but y'all's voices are cutting out a little bit.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
I can hear you now.
How about now? Better?
Yeah.
All right, I can't share the screen, and it's too much. And I'm using my Ethernet cable, so I don't know what else. Oh, I gave the neighbor my password so he can get on Wi-Fi. He's probably over there. He's a good dude,
man,
but
Sean. Good
I'm going
man.
to change the password. I'm going to change the password. He couldn't afford the bill, so I helped him out. Hey, we got Carl is in the room. What's up, Sean? Hope you're doing well. Thank you, Carl. And Zephy L is in here, and he says, "Who's looking at you through the window?"
It's the government.
Oh, what?
Yeah, that's
It's the
just my
government.
PO. My PO's coming by too, man. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
It might be somebody looking at me. It's not the best neighborhood. It's the second best neighborhood.
You're still in Albuquerque, aren't you?
Yeah. I'm near the war zone, but not too close.
He's a few blocks off of the bad area.
There's gunshots. I hear them. They're usually within a block away, but I hear them every night.
I was going to tell you when Sean was trying to get creative with the TV. So I ran with the RDAPers or the geeks and freaks, and then I had a couple friends that were that pretty much ran the TV, the black TV room. And during the final season of Game of Thrones, I mean, I had befriended these guys because I used to deliver the mail for the entire camp, and they ended up hooking up with what is it called? Those Amazon sticks, those little fire sticks.
Oh, fire sticks. Yeah.
And I'm in bed, and one of them comes out to me, tells me, "Hey, come over here." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "What's going on?" They wake me up in my bunk. So I come up to the room, and I'm like, "What's going on? Why are the blacks calling me up to their TV room, dude?"
Because they can't fix it.
You know, I didn't know what's going on, dude. I'm like, "What?" I was like, "You beat me up? What's going on?" Mendoza. I was like, "Yeah, sit up in the front." I was like, "Yeah." He pops in the stick, front row CD to Game of Thrones in the TV room.
Oh, for you getting
just for me. I was like, you know what? It ain't all that bad. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So
That's cool.
But don't get caught doing that stuff in there, though, because you know what I mean. That'll definitely ruin your day. For
Well,
sure.
the blacks knew I was from San Francisco near Oakland, and when there was a Warriors game on, they always said, "If you want to watch the Warriors, man, we got a chair for you." But I didn't, I didn't take them up on it. But I was offered. It was nice.
Yeah,
I really didn't think. I don't know. I guess I was thinking there wasn't going to be that. Which I don't give a shit, politics or whatever. But
they're not going to beat you up or shank you, man. It's not that kind. There's a little bit of politics, but nothing like a real prison, man.
Right.
We don't have fences. You got. I was going to show you pictures of the camp, but it freezes my screen. Have you seen pictures of the camp yet?
I've seen the aerial view, and it looks like there's two fences because it's like a little.
Leavenworth, you said?
It's to the north.
Because you could Google Maps.
Yeah,
Florence,
I got it right there.
And there's no freaking fence around. Well, there is around the camp, but it's like 100 yards from the door. Let me look at it.
See, I got it here on this screen here. You see, Larry?
No, yeah, but I'm gonna Google it. Google Earth Maps it.
Oh, Earth maps. Yeah, you don't get to see much Earth maps.
Yeah, you can, but if you look at the Florence camp, there's no freaking fence.
Yeah, we
around
have
the
no
dorm.
fence.
So Leavenworth
I
camp.
think there's 5 camps that have fences though, and I can't remember why. Somebody told me why.
Oh, by the way, just to jump off a different subject there, Mr. Hadley, did you see the article I sent you about the Tucson camp and the shooting?
Yeah, no, I read it last night.
That is crazy.
Yeah, so when you get there, it might be on lockdown because a camper just brought a gun into the visiting room and shot his girlfriend or his wife. I did a story about it last night. So now they're going to put all camps in Tucson, Arizona. I forget the name. It was a federal prison camp. So now they're going to do shakedowns in every camp, probably for at least 90 days.
Really?
And so anybody with cigarettes, cell phone, alcohol, man, they better get rid of that because they're going to lock it all down now. Yeah, they're going to do a big federal investigation now because that's the first time I've ever heard of a gun being fired in a prison camp, especially in the visiting room at a visitor with guards watching you. You know, I don't even know how he got it in because they check you when you go in there.
A bag over the fence.
Well, no, how do you get it into the visiting room? How do you get the gun into the visiting room?
Oh, that's
because you go through a metal detector in the visiting room. Well, the visitors do. Maybe the inmates don't. I never had a visitor, so I don't know. Did you ever have a visitor?
Twice.
Did you go through a metal detector?
They pat you down.
Yeah, they pat you down. Well, they didn't pat him down very good, right? He got in with a gun.
That's crazy, man. So they'll lock every camp down for that.
Yeah, they're gonna check every.
Yeah,
camp.
when Jeffrey Epstein, remember that dude?
Yeah.
The pedophile. When he hung himself, they locked down the camp because of him hanging himself at the Brooklyn Detention Center.
Oh,
the guards were rolling through every 2 hours to make sure that there was no distressed prisoners. So when shit happens in one prison, it affects all the prisons.
Yeah. Let's see. We got Zephiel says, "Yeah, don't talk politics in prison. The Reds and the Blues, Democrats and Republicans will get you killed." We probably had more Republicans in a camp than you do in a normal prison. Terrell says, "Hey, Sean, how's it going? What's going on, Terrell?" And Zephiel says, "The inmate killed his girlfriend. I thought she lived. I thought he couldn't fire." What I remember when I read the story, Zephiel, he fired the gun, but it didn't. It shot, but it didn't. The bullet didn't come out, or he didn't know what he was doing. Maybe there's, maybe you know a different version of it.
That's wild, man. I couldn't fathom. You know?
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't know why anybody wants a gun in a camp, but I guess that's one reason to kill your visitor because maybe
life goes on after this shit. You know, it's a speed bump, but no matter how long it is, if you got a date, you're going home at some point.
Yeah, I know the guy shot the gun. He had much time left.
You'll learn that right away. That at the end of the day, everybody has an expiration date for sure.
Oh, Zephiel says it was a question. No, your version is right. Yeah, so I don't think the gun actually fired, but he shot it. You know, it clicked or whatever. And then the guards saw him. I don't think it made the bang noise, but they tackled him and took the gun away.
By the way, he'll end up with a shitload more time with that now.
Got a question for you, Hadley. Khalil wants to know how much time did you get?
I got 27 months, man. I got 27 months on a conspiracy to commit wire fraud of about $477,000.
So is that your restitution?
It is.
Yeah, so you have to pay 10% or mine's $100 or 10% of my income.
Let's talk about that.
Larry can tell you too.
Let's talk about when you get to prison. Be careful about how much money your friends and family send you in because they're going to make you, even though you're going to be making like 19 cents an hour, because that's what I got paid in prison, they'll expect a $300 payment from you. So the burden will then get passed on to your friends and family who send you money inside. Yeah, they'll start taking it. You can't make that payment while you're inside. It could jeopardize you getting into RDAP.
Really?
Well, maybe not. If you were, well, that's true though. I've heard of that.
So basically, I got stuck with a $275 payment a month in prison, and all the money that my friends and family would send me was going to that payment because the BOP is going to demand then you make a restitution payment while you're there.
See, what I
They would
read
take
was they could only take half of what was put on your book. Like if somebody put 40, they would take 20.
Supposedly, no. Yeah, that's true. But I was paying about 35% of whatever came into me. But the first lump sum they took, I had $900 saved up, and then I went to check my account. It had $70 in it. I'm all, what? They took all that.
Really?
Yeah, left me $70, and they said now you're going to pay 35% or something. That anything else that comes in.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So yeah, and then you'll get a job, and you'll doing whatever they're going to make you do, and it's not going to be enough. So they're going to take an average of whatever you got over the books of the last 30 months, and if you go in with 500, right?
Yeah.
And then are you married?
I am married.
And you got
and
kids,
your wife
right?
sends you 300,
Yeah.
and then your mom and dad send you 5. So that's 5, 3, and 5. That's $1,300. They're going to divide 13 divided by 3, which is going to be 400, and that's going to be your restitution payment on month 4.
Yeah, there's a whole they got there's a math equation that goes with how much they take and how much you get in.
So be very, very careful.
It's roughly 30 to 40%, but they do take a lump sum in the beginning.
Really?
And hey, how you doing, Lisa? Good to see you, Lisa. Lisa says you're going to be fine, Hadley.
I appreciate it. That's crazy. That restitution deal has got me thrown off now. Now I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, don't take a shitload of money in there, because they will get you, especially. So once you get in there and you find your stride, then be like, $100 here, 200 there, 50 there, and you want to moderately pace it while you get in there, because once you go in there and you meet with your case manager, it's going to be like mine was a real douchebag. Open and shut. Oh, okay.
You had McAvoy, huh?
Well, no, I had Adams over there.
Oh, Adams over the other one.
I don't want to say it, but the word starts with a C and ends with a T. And what do you call it?
See you next Tuesday.
Yeah, see you next Tuesday. Get
see you next. And what do you call it? I like that. And next thing I know, dude, I had a $390 freaking restitution payment, and I was only making it. So lucky for me, I had some savings and some friends and family pulled together and got me back out for the next 3 months until I was able to get it decreased down to like $90. But it was rough, and then that way you're just like, you're screwed. You know what I mean? But you're gonna want some shoes. You're gonna want some sweats. You're gonna want some. What are you gonna want in there, Sean?
Let's see if that works. No, what? Go on. You're gonna want shower shoes. That's the first thing you want.
Yeah, definitely get some shower shoes. You know what I mean? And
so they average out what's been put on your books and then decide that's
over the first 3 months.
Yeah.
And they don't care. They don't care. Like I said, I just made that algorithm up right there. 3 from you, 5 from your parents, and then another 5 what you took in. They're going to go off the average of the last 3 months, and then on month 4, that will be your payment. That's
it's like 30% of the average of the last 90 days. So if somebody sends you a big $1,000, they're going to take. So your payment's going to be $300 every month after that. But after that, they might only send you $20 a month. You're screwed.
Yeah, because everybody's like, "Oh, poor Hadley, let's help him out." And then what they're not seeing.
So then they just take whatever's put on your. What happens if they're saying that your payments are $300 and you don't get $300 a month?
Well, you got to wait till the next evaluation.
The evaluation, and that's like,
that could be a year
kind
away.
of like a report card.
That could be a next year.
And it could jeopardize. I'm not trying to instill fear in you, but it could jeopardize. They could pull that card in you because the BOP, they're not fair. They could pull the card. Oh, well, you're just gonna have to wait too. You are in compliance with the restitution, so you could get an RDAP, and they could take more time from you.
Larry, you got a special message, and I want to catch up with these comments. Larry, it's Sabrina. Hit me up like you used to. Oh, you know who that was. No, I just kidding.
Yeah, I'm not going to say who that is, but I'm pretty sure it starts with a T and ends with a T.
Tina Turner. Yeah, that's.
You said they can take your kids from away?
But I mean, in a special case, what I've seen is that once you're there, they don't really care about when you get out. You know what I mean? If you're there for 18 months and you do 19 or 20, they're not going to blink an eye.
Yeah. Ezekiel says you have to be a special sort of stupid to try and kill someone in short term. How security, low security prison. Wait till you get out if you think someone needs to die. Yeah, I mean, yeah, special kind of stupid. And then let's just catch up. Hadley says, how much time does your lawyer think you'll actually serve? Your lawyer? Well, what does your lawyer think you're going to serve?
I don't know. He kind of picked me up and dropped me right after sentencing, man. It was.
Lawyers don't really know all that. That's kind of where my channel comes in.
I got a letter from the flu or whatever, like not long after court, wanting to know my bank account information, where my wife worked, how much money I made, which to me, I was like, why does it matter? Because I even sent them a letter back with it. I was like, it doesn't matter. All this is changing. I'm going to prison on this day, you know?
Yeah.
But they wanted to know all that shit. And
who?
The flu, the financial litigation unit.
Oh.
Like whoever, you know, those are the people that handle your restitution after you come off of supervised release.
Oh yeah, they sent me a bill while I was in prison. I wrote back, I have nothing. I'm in prison, and I sent it back to them.
Yeah.
How much wire fraud did you commit? Like a monetary amount, or like, are you asking me what I did?
That's what they want to know. But you said what your restitution was, so that's pretty much it.
My restitution is almost $500,000.
What's your J&C say?
What is what?
Hi, Kathy.
What's your J&C?
What? I don't even know what that is.
Judgment and commitment. What does it say at the end and the beginning of your sentence? Like mine's 150, and I'll touch base on my probation update. But the J&C, my J&C says $150 or 10% of my income.
Whichever
one you get out. What is yours?
Mine says at least $200 a month.
At least,
but there's another stipulation.
Yeah,
to it.
or 10%,
or 10% of your income.
Whichever
one
is greater, usually.
Is that what it says?
I'll have to look because I don't remember.
I'm familiar with that because like I got out, and Sean will tell you, I was very blessed when I got out. I landed a really good job. I'm not doing it no more because I was doing like 70 hours a week. But at the end of the day, I was making like $70,000 a year, which is pretty blessed, being that I was a white collar criminal and people trusted me to run a $5 million operation. The probation officer I had at the time was just doing with $150 a month, which was fine because I was making a shitload of money. But then I got moved to low-level supervision, and I got a different PO. And this individual tells me, okay, well, you need to start paying X amount of dollars after she looked at my financial records. And I was like, but why? The other individual only would make me pay $150. Oh, well, you're on my caseload now. I was like, oh. Okay.
Yeah, different.
How many years of supervised release did you get?
I got 3, and I got 13 months left of it.
I got 35 days left out of 3. Well, how much time did they give you?
1 year.
1 year?
Oh,
you're lucky.
You're lucky.
I know you're not thinking about all that getting out. Right now,
your job is just to focus on the next 2 weeks.
Yeah,
no,
right
I am,
now,
man.
You're not thinking that far ahead, man. You're. I don't care about when I get out of prison. I haven't even went in yet. I know that's where your head is, but you're gonna get out before you know it, man. You're gonna get out before you know it, man.
But I do kind of, my mind does wander off that way a little bit because my wife's got a good job. She's kind of set in her career. She's a nurse, so I don't want to, I don't know. I know the restitution is going to be kind of a son of a bitch for a little while.
Yeah. Zephiel wants to know about shower shoes. Will they let you shower barefoot?
You don't want to shower barefooted.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll let you. They're gonna laugh at you, and nobody's. I mean,
you'll get begged on, and you'll get people talking shit about you because
somebody will come up and give you a used pair at least. They'll get mad that you went in there.
You want me to tell you what happens in the shower?
No, I can only imagine, bro.
Yeah, you don't want to know what happens in the shower. It's effing disgusting.
Yeah, you drop the soap all you want. Nobody picks it up there. Shit.
I'm sure there's a lot of shit that goes on in there, and I can only
imagine. What really goes on in there is people talking on their cell phones in the bathroom, or they're taking care of their one-hand business, and that's pretty
Yeah.
much what they do in the bathrooms. Okay,
Or I've seen this, or beating up somebody who stuck his nose into something he shouldn't.
Yeah, you snitch on somebody with a cell phone, or you owe gambling debt or something like that.
Yeah.
They're gonna close off the bathroom, and they're gonna take care of their.
They're gonna take care of business.
They take care of business.
I'm not much of a gambler, and you know, kind of the way I'm looking at it is, I'm going in there alone. I'm coming home alone. So,
do you smoke, Hadley?
I don't.
Good. Don't start in prison either.
I'm a drinker. I occasionally take a dip of snuff, but it's not like, I'm not one of those people like I have to have it.
You can get snuff in there. It's like $30 a can.
You know what my main concern is, really?
I wanted to sell cheeseburgers. We would have made a shitload of money.
My main concern is, like, I have like my asthma bothers me like damn near every evening and like in the morning times. And so it's like, I use an inhaler all the time. And I don't know if you can get to carry one of those with you all the time, or, you know what I mean?
Yeah, people had them.
Have you discussed all that with your attorney and the pre-sentence lawyers? And have you?
I disclosed it, and the judge even, you know, mentioned it in court and everything.
It's got the best medical in there, because I have pre-existing medical condition and I require medicine every day, and I got it.
Yeah, bring all your papers, bring all your medical documentation with you.
I did lose a tooth in there though, because of their stupid ass dentist. But at the end of the day, they let me take my glasses. I'm lying to you. Remember I told you about the ring, the medallion, and the cash? I also was able to walk in with my glasses.
Yeah. See, and I wear glasses too. I mean, they're metal, but
yeah, you'll be fine. But make sure they're very durable, because once you get in there, you're not going to have no screwdriver to tighten them up. Make sure you go get them adjusted and everything, because once you get in there, you lose all the basic humanities. Toenail clipper, shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's been really one of my concerns. What do you mean by like all your medical shit, Sean?
Well, if you got prescriptions, the pill bottles. Any take any prescriptions?
I don't. I take some like to help me sleep, but other than an inhaler, that's all. Like that's it.
But you might need a prescription for that inhaler. So if you can get your doctor to write you a script for that inhaler, then they'll refill it for you for free too.
Really?
Yeah, but you got to have something documented that you need that. You can't just have it in your pocket and say I use that. They're not going to believe you. You're a convicted felon now. Nobody believes you.
Yeah. So I need to go get to my doctor and get a new prescription probably then
yeah,
and just take it with me. I'll do that this week. I appreciate you telling me that, because I would be fucking struggling if I couldn't use an inhaler.
And like I said earlier, you tell the doctor, like, if you need a sit down job, they're going to make you work unless you have some kind of medical condition that says no. But what do they call it? Sedentary work. So if you can't stand up for 3 hours or something, they'll have them roll silverware. Or something.
Oh, no. I mean, I get around good and everything. It's just like at night, like, I don't know if like, I'm a bigger guy, so I don't know if like maybe when I'm sleeping, I don't know. I know I have a little bit of sleep apnea, but it's not. I've never been tested for it.
Don't worry, you'll get a device.
Do you need a CPAP? Do you use that? The CPAPs?
I don't.
Yeah, they give them out now because they get they don't mind spending the money on that for some reason.
Because most of the time, like it's like in the morning when I wake up, I'm like, oh shit, I can't breathe, and that's when I have to use my inhaler. But like I'm a welder by trade, so I'm always up doing. I'm not worried about like what kind of job I'll have to have or whatever. I did notice that Leavenworth doesn't really offer shit for courses, but
well, your camp's only got 300 inmates, so they're not going to have a whole lot of classes. So take everything you can. Speaking of classes and stuff, because here's something about RDAP. Carl says 27 months. From what I learned, it seems like RDAP won't be an option. Any programming you are aware of shorten your stay. You can get 6 months off from 24 to 30 months sentencing. You'll get 6 months off your sentence and 6 months halfway house. And I believe most of the RDAPs start up on December 1st. But if you don't have that vaccination, man, if you don't have vaccinated, they're not going to get you can't do RDAP until you get vaccinated. They won't let you participate in RDAP.
Really?
Right. Yeah, that's a new law. Yeah, you got to have the COVID vaccination now. Yeah, you'll be on quarantine the whole time, man. Now you'll be in a quarantine range. It won't be like the shoe, but you're not going to go to chow. You're not going to work the track, go to the gym, anything. Yeah,
that's at every prison.
That's in every camp, right? That's in every federal prison right now. Yeah,
really.
Yeah, you won't. You don't
want to do quarantine,
and you can't take any classes. You can't get any. You're all you're going to get is your good time off. You might get a month or two halfway house, but
so then that means 27 months is what they gave you.
Yeah.
So that means you don't want to do 21. So you're not vaccinated?
No,
it's not.
Yeah, vaccinated versus 18 months. I don't know. 18 months versus 21 months, and then 21 months
to get vaccinated.
I mean, Walgreens, CVS, it's free, man. I think you don't even have to call now. You just go in there and they'll do it for you.
How does it work if you get like one of them that requires 2 shots? Like the Moderna and Pfizer, you have to get 2 to be fully vaccinated.
So get it in there while you're in there.
Well, don't get that one. Get the one shot. Don't get the 2 shot.
No shit. So you can't even do RDAP if you're not vaccinated.
No.
I guess I'm going to go get vaccinated. I've really been against it, and it's not anything to do with like political shit. I don't know. I never wanted to be nobody's test dummy, I guess.
Well, like I tell people, they do meth. You take battery acid and Drano. You put all this shit in your body. You don't care about that, and you're worried about this shit. Come on,
yeah,
man.
You're not wrong. I mean, I'm a heavy drinker, so can't be much. Divorce your wife and remarried if you're still a thing when you get out. I would absolutely not divorce my wife, no matter what.
Yeah, divorce me and then wait for me, and then we'll get married when I get out. Yeah, that's too much rope.
Me and my wife are actually stronger now than ever. Not to be a jerk, but nurses, medical field professionals are not known for being the most faithful in relationships as in general. Well, I guess that's a I would call that an opinion. But
yeah, I'd say,
and you know what, Hadley? Opinions aren't facts.
No, I'm not worried about it. And you know what? Me and her have had the conversation. If she feels like that's what she needs to do, then that's what she's got to do. I'm not gonna, it is what it is.
Most wives leave a guy after 5 years. You're not even going to be in there a year and a half. She'll still be there for you, man.
Well, I don't really want to go down that road, but I went in married and came out divorced. Statistics 86%. It's not in our favor, Hadley.
Yeah, well, there you have it. There you have it.
I get it.
You gotta entertain that idea. I mean, are you a good guy to your wife? And it's all going to depend on your story up until the day you surrender, how you treated her.
Yeah,
I know people that went in and came out with their wife waiting for them, and they were there every weekend visiting them. And then there's people like me. I'll be honest. I was a shithead. I didn't do the best. I could have been much better. My relationship now with my ex-wife is a whole lot better, and my relationship with my kids is so much better. But at the end of the day, all the malice and terrible things came back to haunt me, because when I left, that was the door for her to leave and say, "Okay, I'm done."
All right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
Carl's saying a few things about the vaccination, and I agree with you, Carl. But this is the feds. I
mean, I understand what everybody says about marriage or whatever. My wife's moving 5 hours closer to me, but that don't mean anything. But she's already got everything in the works to get closer to me. If we make it, we make it. If we don't, we don't. You know what? That's life. That's part of my story, and I'll cross that road when I.
Yeah, it's God's will.
Well, we got Kathy in here, and her husband's in Florence right now in the penitentiary, and she's a nurse. And then she says she's made it out for 16 years now with my husband, and I will ride it out to the end. That's the kind of woman you want to marry.
Word, Kathy. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's right, Kathy.
That's cool.
Good job, Kathy. You know what I mean? There's strong women like that.
Yeah. When's he getting out, Kathy?
I'm gonna grab something to drink real quick.
He's at the U.S.
You know what? I'll tell you a crazy story. I was at the counseling center in Santa Fe where I'm at, Sean. Yeah. And I ran into this black guy, dreads, heavy-looking guy. And I'm like, "Where are you at?" And he's like, "I was in Florence." I was like, "I was in Florence." And he's like, "Yeah, I was at PSP." I was like, "Oh."
Oh.
Yeah.
I gotta grab something real quick.
I was like,
Yeah, no problem.
same camp, just different prison.
Yeah, did you tell him you made his bologna sandwiches? You know?
But you know what? He's like, you campers are pretty cool.
He said that? He said our camp?
He did 10 years at that penitentiary.
Yeah, he made it through.
Yeah, he was a crazy guy, man. That dude was huge.
Well, I know Ernesto. He's part of my Wings for Life. He was at the Medium. He did 8 years there. He said it was fine, but I mean, they got the politics though. He was in a car. You know, he was in a car. Was this black guy in a car?
You have to run a car.
Sorry.
Let me get you back on here. I mean, you're not gone. I was just putting it on the
Oh, you're
solo.
good.
There we go.
I had to go get me a little frosty beverage.
No problem. No problem. Lisa is saying, good job, Kathy. That's right. See, we're 2025, Kathy. That's not too much for you. So the long 16 years, it's almost over, Kathy. You've been waiting a long time. It's just about to be 2023 now. So about 2 years, huh, Kathy? Yeah. And my recommendation is to get divorced was to keep your assets free from any judgments you might be subject to. Well, if you own a house, you might want to put it in your daughter's name or something like that, you know.
No, see, I already thought about that. I already thought about all that. We don't own much. We don't own a house.
Okay.
None of our vehicles are paid off, nothing like that. So
Right.
they would be upside down if they wanted to take anything from me.
Yeah. Kathy says their love is worth the wait. Yeah.
Word.
Yeah. And she says, yes. And do you know Lisa, Larry? Because she's saying, good job, Larry, and I'm proud of you.
Lisa?
Is that somebody you know?
I don't know. Is she on here?
Yeah. Lisa.
Oh, yeah, I know Lisa. She's an individual that's also battling addiction. She's going through her trials and her trivials. But we could just give her a shout out and tell her good luck.
I'm going to pull this up closer. Maybe does that work better?
Now we're staring at the ceiling, but then John's just going to put me on camera. I'm sorry, Hadley. I'm texting because I actually don't have a life.
That's better now.
I do have a little bit of a life.
That's a little better there.
You're good, man. You're good.
What else I can tell you? The restitution, you'll be okay with the health. You know what I would recommend when you get in there? Read everything you can and just stay busy because it goes by like, you know what? I'm lying to you. It feels like it paint dries faster than your time in there. But if you stay busy, routine's very important. Find a routine and stick to it.
Who's Shady Brown?
That is my little sister. That's my dog. It's my road dog.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
She's going to be there the whole time, huh?
Oh, yeah. I believe her.
She's watching on Facebook. All right.
She's stuck by her dad. Her dad just did 17 years on a state bid.
Ooh, 17 years state. Wow. What state?
Oklahoma.
Oh, God. That's chain gang stuff, right?
Oh, yeah.
Whew.
So y'all both went to Florence, you said?
Yeah, Colorado. Yeah.
At least you had some pretty views. From what it looks like, I'm going to be looking at, it's going to be what I'm accustomed to, just flat land and bullshit grass.
Yeah, from what I've seen on the internet, that's it. There's some trees around there, but the ones they
That's
planted.
my co-defendant's actually going to Florence.
Oh, what Florence camp?
Yeah, the camp, yeah.
All right, I got a few guys over there right now that email me all the time. Yeah. Oh, there's a guy named Frank Javier. I want you to look him up when you get to Leavenworth. He's got 10 months left there.
Okay.
Frank Javier. Okay.
Okay.
I got his messenger on Facebook, and he's actually got a cell phone at Leavenworth right now.
Why are you trying that online? Put the guy on
I just did. Anyways, fuck. Oh, I blew it. Anyways, I'm just gonna,
Hold on. Note to self: don't message Sean in prison.
I was gonna try to tell him to get rid of. I blew it. All right, shut up. Oh shit! I wanted you to look him up, but never mind. I'll talk to you offline, man. Larry, take over the show for me. I gotta go. Take over.
He's gonna be in the medium by the time I get there.
Yeah, well, that's something like that. let me see what else I can run with you. You know what I mean? You'll learn that mail is very important. You know what I mean? I was in there with a mutual friend of ours that runs the show where Sean's at, and that's how I ended up learning and just meeting a bunch of people from all over the country, man. And the mail call was important, and then the music room, and let's see, Mads, come on in, Sean.
Yeah,
just you know, it went by quick. While I was there, though, it didn't. But now I look back at it, it's a faint memory, but I still remember. There's not a day. Watch, let me grab this here real quick. There's not a day that doesn't pass, Hadley. I don't know if Sean has his.
I carry mine.
I what do you call it? I carried in my wallet to not forget.
Yeah,
where I was at.
See, don't leave home without it, man.
Yeah,
because you know what? It's a gentle reminder that I don't ever want to go back.
Yeah. Not a bad neighborhood, so you know this is my house. You should show people you've been to prison. They let me walk by.
hey, be easy, guys. I'm a hood hunter.
They give you a little Visa card too with whatever money when you leave.
Yeah, they do with your picture on it, even.
Yeah. What do you call it? I ended up at the McDonald's right there in Florence, Colorado, and I literally just started breaking down the day I got out, dude. I was like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, I made it. I made it out, dude. I couldn't believe it. Do you remember the day you left, Sean?
Yeah, since you have June 30th
of 19.
No, July 30th of 19. Yeah.
So you left in July of 19, and I got out in June of 20. I did 11 months after you left.
You were there that long after I left. Wow. Yeah, I got released, and then I went to the halfway house. Then they released me, and I thought, now at least I'm not on lockdown. Then the whole world goes on lockdown with the pandemic. But I kind of like watching. I liked watching everybody else be on lockdown. I kind of enjoyed that. That was my revenge.
Does everybody go to the halfway house?
Yeah. Usually you'll go for maybe 1 or 2 months.
Can I say it?
Yeah.
Can I say it?
Well,
I got out. I had to Florence, Colorado to Albuquerque. They gave me 7 hours to get there, and I got to Albuquerque. I checked in, and we're in the peak of the pandemic. And they tell me, Mendoza, here, put an ankle bracelet on me, kicked me straight to home. 10 months of home confinement.
Ooh, really?
Really?
I was blessed. I was like, thank you, Lord.
See, and RDAP Dan, that dude got a bunch of home. He's short.
He got 11 months. He got 11 months halfway house, and then you can do 10% of your whole sentence on home confinement. So he was at the halfway house, I think, 4 or 5 months, and then he got to do the last 5 months at home. RDAP Dan. He just got a channel. It's another guy. You don't know him, but we know him. But I don't know how he pulled off 11 months halfway house. He still won't tell me, and I talk to him on the phone all the time. He just had a good case manager.
Well, I wouldn't want to be at the halfway house for 11 months anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I've heard mixed feeling. That's why I was asking. I've heard mixed, like some people are like, no, I want to go straight home.
Where did you catch your case?
My case is out of the Northern District of Texas.
Where? Amarillo?
Yeah, it was in a surrounding area. It was actually.
Where did you get sentenced at?
I got sentenced in Amarillo, but it was actually the Secret Service picked it up out of Lubbock.
Lubbock, that's where Buddy Holly was born. Yeah.
So Lubbock. So yeah, then you're going to be going to. I think you're probably going to be going to Lubbock.
Oh yeah, the halfway house.
Because I had a friend that was not a friend. I'm sorry. I was in quarantine when I was leaving Florence. Because again, it was pandemic, and they make you go to quarantine before you leave the prison. And his name was Teddy, and he was caught with 30 pounds of meth. Crazy guy. And he had done 10 years at the medium and worked his way down. And we were in the quarantine together. And he was so pissed because he was out of Amarillo. That's where he was dealing, but he was doing his halfway house in Lubbock.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe
so he was going to have to be traveling back and forth. I was like, that sucks. I was like,
Let me catch up on the comment. Got one from your daughter. Was Shady's your daughter, you said, or your sister?
My sister.
Sister. She says, if I can get through it. What's that?
So do you think I'm old enough to have a daughter old enough to have Facebook, man? Shit, I'm only 30.
Hey, man, kids have a website by the time they make kindergarten. What are you talking about?
You're right. You're right.
TikTok account and everything else. No, if I can get through it with Dad, I can get through it with you. Ain't no thing. I know it's pretty scary and intimidating, but should bring you comfort that we are in this together. We are strongest when we are together. Those are good, strong words. I like that. And then Dad left prison with $900. And Streets of Atlanta. So the BOP takes money off your books. Yeah, we were just talking about that, Streets of Atlanta. Kathy is saying, so do you know my husband, Tommy Hurlow? Do you know Tommy Hurlow?
Who said that?
Kathy, that's the guy in Florence.
No,
I don't know him.
Hey, where's he at, Kathy?
He's at Florence at the
USP?
Yeah, USP. And this is one of your, that's a scam. Gotta block that person. There we go. Sexy girls. I'm gonna block them. There we go. I got rid of them. And let's see.
Hey, so you'll do a full year there. You get a good meal on Thanksgiving and a good one on Christmas. And don't choke on the turkey. I almost choked. Did you hear the story about what happened to me on Christmas Day?
I guess I'm about to now, yeah.
Max will tell you about it. So a big thing is everybody likes to hustle their protein out of the chow hall, right? The turkeys.
Yeah.
I choked on a freaking turkey bone in the chow hall. And Roman, remember Roman?
Roman, yeah. That was Super Cop.
Cop. They come to help me and they're giving me, and everybody's running out of the chow hall with all the turkey. I was like, "Where's my tray?" They brought me back one, but long story short, it's a halfway decent meal. One piece of advice, Hadley: buy sauces on your commissary to make your chicken fried rice good, huh?
The food's not bad depending on who cooks it. If you got a guy that's back there using seasonings and herbs and and all the right oil and everything that they give him in the kitchen. Some of the cooks they got don't care.
You're gonna get some hot sauce. You know what I mean? Add that. You're gonna have to tweak it out, but definitely work out in there because I ballooned up, man, while I was in there eating all that crap.
That's my biggest deal is like I've been thinking like I know it's a smaller camp. I want to find a job that's not gonna consume as much of my time because I'm not big on working for
orderly. Get a bathroom orderly job.
Yeah, but you don't want to do that. If you
I want to work an hour a day.
Yeah, but you got to clean the freaking bathroom.
For an hour a day, though.
That's disgusting.
You wear gloves and everything. And
I want to work out, quite a bit. And I want to read a lot because there's a few things that I'm interested in expanding my knowledge on. So
softbacks. Have your wife send you softback books.
Yeah, you get 5 books a time, 5 books a day sent into you.
Yeah. You know what? The library where you're going, I'm pretty sure you already have an extensive library.
300 inmates. It's a small. I don't know how many they normally.
But Leavenworth has been open for freaking decades.
Yeah, and they get all the. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Decades.
Yeah.
I could probably get the original Declaration of Independence. Just.
I'm telling you, like that camp is older than Hal.
Yeah, so, it was. I think I read 1906 was when it finally opened.
Really? Wow.
So my husband will come back to Indiana to the halfway house. He doesn't have to stay in Colorado halfway house.
No, wherever you can request. You don't even have to go to the halfway house where you live. Because I was asked if I want to go to New York or Alaska. They said, "Tell us now," but you only get to pick once. So
sign me up.
If you want to go to Alaska, we'll set it up, but you don't get to change your mind afterwards. So
shoot me up, Schitt's Creek. I want to go to Alaska.
Some people want to start a new life, so it's not safe to go back to their neighborhood, so they want to go somewhere and start a new life. They'll let you do that.
My wife and I. That's our plan. Is that's also why she's moving 5 hours closer. But we also have ties there too. So she's got some folks that live there. And
you're moving to Kansas?
No, hell no. We're moving to Oklahoma. What are you interested in, Hadley? Man, I want to honestly I want to study up a little bit on like psychology and a few other things like that, and work kind of like Sean kind of inspired me when he said that he started an AA group in Florence. Because I struggle with alcohol. I'll tell you straight up. 100%. I'm alcoholic, 100%, no doubt, without a doubt. And I want to beat this thing so I can have a better. That's that my wife tells me that's probably the one positive thing about you going in is I'm gonna dry out. So
if they don't have it set up there already, you can always start one. You just gotta get permission from one of the staff members, but they'll support it 100%.
Right, but
because that's a good thing to start.
Really, so I guess if I was interested in anything, really, it's going to be like psychology and kind of more health, mental and physical health type stuff. My sister said, I haven't had any chance to ask, but will they have HVAC? They do not have HVAC.
Some camps do. I don't think that one does HVAC classes.
They don't. I already looked it up. They offer a custodial class and a food prep class and maybe like a graphic art deal, but due to my crime, I don't think anyone's going to let me near a computer to have anything to do with business.
Yeah.
Computers and cash registers are probably not my future.
Right. Gotcha.
Don't say that though, Hadley. I was a bookkeeper / government agent and a lot. And at the end of the day, I came out and I was running a $5 million operation with $10,000 to $20,000 in petty cash daily. And you just got to prove yourself when you get out. And now, it's
and it's kind of up to your PO too. If you're doing the right thing.
My employer, where I'm at, or where yesterday was my last day. They threw me a.
How did they take it? Did you tell them why you had to leave?
I did. I was honest with them up front. Oh, the Secret Service came out there.
Okay. Well, that cat's out of the bag there. Yeah.
And man, they stuck by me, man. I told them the truth, and they stuck by me and they said, you've been here 3 years. We don't think anything different of you. Let me keep and I was in a position of trust as well there, and matter of the fact,
you got on good terms with them. And you can still use that when you get out. Be like, hey, I was doing this.
No, they told me I had a job when I come home, regardless.
There you go.
Oh, nice. See, but you were honest with them too. Maybe that helps. And Kathy, yes, he will come back to Indiana if that's where he told his case managers he wants to go, and I'm sure he did.
They stuck with me, and really did. Well, the CEO of the company, he wrote a letter to the judge, and my immediate supervisor, the production manager, he actually spoke in court on my behalf.
Wow.
And then
definitely wants to know about Hawaii halfway houses. They have halfway houses in Hawaii. No, actually, they don't have halfway houses in Hawaii. You have to go to San Francisco and then
Oregon.
Or Oregon. That's right. I was going to say because some of the guys were from Hawaii.
Remember
and they had to go with me.
Guy?
Yeah.
John's friend.
Right.
The dude that was smarter than Al.
Smarter than Al, yeah. No, but I was with the guy. He lived in Hawaii, but he had to do his halfway house time in San Francisco.
So you remember the Hawaii guy?
So they don't.
Yeah.
They actually they threw me a going to prison party.
Really? Whose day?
They got me a cake. I don't know if you can see it. They got me a cake. It says Hadley, farewell for now. Good luck from SOV. And it's got the Monopoly guy.
Oh, get out jail free card thing. Yeah.
But they were good sports about it, man. And they're like family, honestly. I was there for 4 years and I'll never forget. I'll never forget what those people done for me.
I'm going to sign out now.
You're good.
To the chat.
You going?
Yeah, I got a 45-minute drive.
He lives in Santa Fe. He came down here to see his kids.
I just happened to part of the prison journey. I get my kids on Wednesdays and every other Friday, so that's why I was up here in town. So I wanted to just come by and share my.
Well, I'm glad you did, dude. It was nice to meet you.
Be safe, man.
See, and when you get out of prison, you can have good friends like this too, man. It's like when guys go to war and go to the army and all that. Yeah. You build a bond in there, man. You know, you really
Yeah.
do.
And I appreciate.
Sean did my
I'm
laundry.
glad-
He did really good.
Shit.
He did a good job washing and folding my socks.
Yeah, you wish.
I'll always be grateful for that.
Yeah. Only cost me a pack of cigarettes a
Oh,
week.
shit,
No.
man.
All right, man. Take care of
Be
you.
safe, buddy.
All right. We catch
I am
up.
glad
We
he
got
brought-
Steve. What's that now?
I'm glad he brought up that stuff on restitution, like with the books, because I didn't know that.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I mean,
You know.
gotta lock my door though. It's a bad neighborhood.
Yeah, don't blame me, man. You got.
No, I mean there's gunshots every night, but they're usually a couple blocks away.
Hey,
I'm
look
like
in
2
your.
blocks over from the bad neighborhood.
Turn around. Oh, he was in the window.
I'm on the. Yeah, I bet he is.
He
No,
was
him he is.
doing this.
Let me catch up on comments. Strange and natural. Strange and unusual. Came to come and show some support. But Sean, I'm a leave like a bounce out man. I'm sort of dealing with some stuff. Regardless, keep pushing on, and I'll always support. All right, got it. And your daughter, your sister, not your daughter. I know, I got it now. Your sister. I had the most important letter in court. LOL. I had everyone crying. Oh, tell us about. Do you remember her letter?
Oh yeah. As a matter of fact, I think I still have it saved on my phone. It was pretty powerful, man. You could tell.
You want to read it? Pull it up. Read it, man. I'd love to hear it.
I don't mind reading it. I got it somewhere. Hold on a minute. Let's see here.
He's getting a letter, guys, and this is Federal Prison Talk. So, guys, Hadley's got to turn himself in I guess about 2 weeks on a Monday. And he's getting a letter to read to you guys that his sister wrote for the courts. Did your sister read this herself in court, or did
She
you
did.
send it to
She read it in court herself.
Stood up and read it, huh? Nice.
Trying to find. There's my wife's, my brother-in-law.
So you had a lot of people show up at court on your sentencing day?
I did. I had 3 in person because I think that was the max, and I had like 5 or 6 letters. I had some good childhood friends of mine. You know,
Nice.
they wrote me letters. Okay.
That's great because you find out who your real friends are. Now, not all my friends ran away, but there was 2 of me. But most people run away when they find out you're going to prison. They don't want nothing to do with you. You find that out. Even family will do that to you. Not close family, but cousins and uncles and stuff. They'll kind of.
And so I had people there for me. Her letter's kind of long, but I'll read it for you.
Go for it.
So since it's all public knowledge, I'm not going to leave any names or anything out. So it says, to the Honorable Judge Kaczmarek and whoever else it may concern, my name is Shady Brown, and I'm EMT working full-time as a medical assistant at a local urgent care. I'm also Hadley Jones's sister. Although we were siblings, we haven't always been friends, which is why I think my words might hold a little value. When Hadley called me and let me know about his charges, I was shocked and appalled. I was mostly shocked because Hadley has never been the type of person to do things that would make people feel ashamed. We had a very shameful childhood, and that is something that has always stuck with him and helped him to get to where he is now. We grew up poor. We ate food out of the dumpsters. We lived up in a beat up hood house that was infested with bugs, and we had to beat up family car to match. Hadley always wanted better for himself, and he always made sure to work hard to get it. Hadley was born a fighter. He was premature, and his little body fought off complications, especially seizures. Epilepsy didn't slow him down a bit as a little boy, but it did impact his education and teenage years. Hadley has not only had a dramatic impact on my life, but countless other people's too. He has been a role model, a father figure, a confidant, and a shoulder to lean on to many people, and I'm lucky enough to call him my brother. Raised in a single-parent home, the middle child of 3, and the only boy, Hadley always had a lot of responsibility on his shoulders. Growing up, Hadley always felt responsible for our mother he always went out of his way to make sure that we had what we needed. When my mom was sick, he made sure to work and had Christmas presents and birthday cakes too. Growing up in a small town where jobs were scarce and at times were hard, at 12 years old, Hadley got his first job at a local garage. He was excited to work on cars because that's what our grandpa did, and he was hired to sweep floors and chop weeds. He was disappointed and heartbroken, but he did it anyways because that's the type of man my brother is. When Hadley entered high school, he was plagued with seizures, both grand mal and petit mal, which made him appear inattentive in school, even though he wasn't. His grades began to suffer, and his athletic coaches began to call him dummy and loser day in and day out. And it was more than the tolerant man could take. Our mother made the decision and choice to withdraw him from school and enroll him to get his GED. And he left high school at 16 years old. Sophomore coaches and principals mocked him and told him that he would never amount to anything and that we'd never be anything but a failure. Fast forward 5 months, Hadley had his GED passed with almost a perfect score. Less than a year later, he had 216 college contact hours. He wanted more for himself, decided to enroll in welding school, and took the only job he could find at A1 Yellow Jacket. That's correct. My brother went all over the Texas Panhandle cleaning out porta potties of human waste because that's the integrity that this man has. I don't know how many people that would do that while going to school full time and maintaining a 4.0 grade point average. The only one who would never amount to anything amounted to more than he ever imagined. He helped me care for my chronically ill mother. He has been their emotional support when our sister left home. He has been the glue that held us together when my grandparents passed, and our mother. He has been the laughter through it all. Hadley has never been given the best hand in life, but still turned that never quit attitude into a champion of a brother, uncle, son, husband, and father. I recognize that he has broken the law, and I'm sure that you will all know the impact that today's decision will have. I also understand the impact that one's childhood plays on their adulthood. If you hate food out of a dumpster, I'm sure you would understand too. I hope we can all consider the impact that this will have on his family, especially his children. Thank you for your time and your listening ear. I forgot how long-winded that one was.
That's a great letter, man. That's a great letter, man.
It was.
That's the kind of letter you want the person to read in front of the judge. I wouldn't recommend sending the judge that letter because, 1 or 2 pages and then the judge is kind of, don't give them any more work. But they have to let people speak in your behalf, and a long letter is fine. That's great. And that letter has a lot of history and a lot of love in that letter, man.
So I had one of my childhood friends, and then my boss, my immediate supervisor at work. They all spoke.
That's nice. Yeah. That's how you do it, man. That's how you get the low end of the sentence, man. You have people like that show up.
Picked it all up off your videos and following your stuff, man. I would have gone in there blind, but really, I would have went in there blindly, honestly.
Wow.
Because I do see how people, when I first got in trouble, I binge watched. I took off like a couple of days of work, to kind of gather myself, and I binge watched all your. I don't know. I can't remember what I typed in, but your federal prison talk was the first thing that come up.
Nice. That's good to know. I'm glad.
I like binge watched all your videos. I watched them from like before everything and after, and then I was like, well, maybe this isn't going to be as bad. And that's when I knew, like, start preparing yourself because there's things that can lower,
Yeah. No, there definitely is. You can get the low end of the sentence. And now the feds are even giving people lesser sentences. I know you got 27 months. That sounds like a long time. But if you get the RDAP, even without the RDAP, you're going to have 2 months you'll have about 4.5 months good time maybe. Then you might get 6 months halfway house if you take a bunch of classes and stuff like that. Maybe 8 months. But you could maybe get a year off just without even RDAP.
Yeah.
It'll go by quick. It's gonna go by fast, man.
I want to get in there and try to.
You're a short timer. Like Larry said in the beginning, he hated people like you. You just get to know the guy and he's gone.
Yeah. And it did, I ended up getting the lower end of my guidelines, so it was a blessing, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It's I definitely understand how people get lost in it's a terrifying situation. That's all I can say.
Right.
I get how people get.
Yeah, you got some comments on here about your letter. Let's see. I know the next one. It was this, when you said position of trust, do you mean government security clearance that you probably never get back? You know
No, I said no. Yeah, no. It was more like a management position. You know what I mean? Like I helped manage a multi-million-dollar. I managed the fab operation for a manufacturing company. So,
okay.
Well,
Richard says it was a well-written letter, and I got a new guy here I don't recognize, Mark. Hey, Mark, how we doing? Sorry, do you need readings? DM, DR, for the following. Is this a spammer?
Oh yeah.
Money, spell lottery, spell. Yeah. Should I get rid of this, guys? Do I get rid of this guy?
For
all right.
Sure.
Let me get rid of him.
That's crazy how they just pop up.
Oh, they do. Let's see. I'm not sure how to get rid of him though. He's got so much on. How do you even put? Normally, there's a limit to what you can put on here for words. I don't even know. On the side, there's supposed to be a little button for me to get rid of him, and I don't even see that. Shit. Who is this guy? He's a good spammer. I don't even see the button to get rid of him.
You made it.
Wow, everybody else. No, like everybody else, there's 3 little dots on the top right corner. This guy doesn't have it. Who is this guy?
Try clicking on a different comment and then see if the 3 little dots come up.
Hi. Yeah, I don't know how to get rid of this guy. What a trip, man. Wow, and he's really there's no 3 dots. What a trip.
Oh, he's through Facebook.
Oh, that's why. And I don't think I have it says here can't post. Yeah, I don't know how to get rid of Facebook. Well, Mark, you did it, man. I hope you're proud of yourself.
Grow up, Peter Pan.
Yeah, I don't know how to get rid of Facebook. There's got to be a way. I just don't know how yet.
That's wild. Huh.
Okay. I don't know what this guy pulled on my channel, but can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You froze up just now.
Yeah, the only thing I know how to do is I can take Facebook. Well, I'll have to figure that one out. Zephiel says, Hadley, I think I caught you're a welder. Mike Big, something like that. Can you see what he says?
It says MIG, TIG, stick, or computer controlled. So I've never done any computer controlled. I am well versed in pretty much everything except TIG. I can weld pretty much any rod or any wire you put in my hand. I've never TIG welded.
All right. Well, hey man, it's been way over an hour. I kind of need to get going, but
you're good.
I want you to call me before you go into, and I'll give you some.
Yeah, well, I'll holler at you in the next couple of days, and I really appreciate everything you've done, all the help you've given me, man. All I can say is watch as many of Sean's videos as you can. The thing I do like about Sean too is he communicates well. I texted him and told him where I was getting designated, and I had a call like 30 minutes later, a FaceTime. Like, he was there, ready to let me know everything's gonna be all right. You're not gonna die. Nobody's gonna stab you. You're not getting, bad things are gonna happen to you. So, I'm a person that deals with a lot of anxiety, so that helps. And
I'm glad my videos helped you get through this part of your journey, man.
Yeah, for sure. And for the people that are going through it, just hang in there, because it gets easier. For me, the worst part was waiting for sentencing, and then once I got sentenced, it was kind of a little weight,
Like a weight gets lifted. Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly, man.
So
This is
just
true.
hang in there, and I'll see you guys on the other side. Maybe we'll do a
All
follow-up video.
Thanks all you guys for your comments tonight and everybody participating. I love you guys. And tomorrow's Thursday. I'm off work again. So, I'm off from Wings for Life, but I do my side business. But I'll do another show tomorrow night, guys. And again, Hadley, call me before you go in and we'll talk and all that. I'll give you my email and anything I can do while you're in there. You want me to Google stuff and send it to you on email? You can't get pictures, but I can send you. I can copy and paste any text you want on the internet and send it to you. Okay.
Okay.
You're not gonna have a computer in there. Sometimes things pop in your head, and I've had a guy play guitar and I send him music from the internet, and I've had guys want to look up, like, they have correspondence colleges you can take while you're in there, and I had to send them all the information, application, how to do that. You have to pay for that yourself. It's anywhere from $800 to $1,500 to get a degree on the correspondence courses. I've heard there's some even cheaper ones than that, and I can always research that for you. But whatever I can do while you're in there, you let me know, okay?
Well, I appreciate you, man.
If your sister or your wife or anybody needs to call me while you're locked up, give them my number. You know what I mean? I'm there. You got a friend for life, and you got support for life. All right.
Appreciate it, man. I'll holler at you soon.
You better catch you on the rebound. Thanks, guys. And thanks, FPL.